Folks, imagine this. You're the king of the NFC East, sitting pretty at 8-4, with the bird soaring high toward another playoff run, and then, bam! A former NFL quarterback turns your star signal caller into public enemy number one. That's the Philly fireworks we're talking about today on Eagles Nation Report. I'm your host, diving deep into the drama that's got Lincoln Financial Field buzzing even before kickoff. Buckle up, because tonight's Monday Night Football clash against the Los Angeles Chargers could be the spark that ignites it all. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get into it. First off, a quick snapshot of our green machine. The Philadelphia Eagles, those relentless underdogs who've clawed their way from the ashes of heartbreak to glory. Remember that confetti-soaked night in Minneapolis back in 2017, when Nick Foles orchestrated the ultimate upset over the Pats? Yeah, that magic's still in the air. At 8-4, they're perched atop the NFC East, fending off those pesky Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders like Reggie White swatting down passes in his prime. This week's been a relative breather. No locker room leaks, no anonymous shade like we've seen in past seasons. Sure, there was that frustrating fumble on signing cornerback Darius Slay, the shutdown artist who could have locked down the secondary like a vault. But hey, in Philly, we don't dwell, we adapt. And speaking of adapting, Jalen Hurts himself shut down those wild whispers that he's begging to hand off the rock more and dial back his dual-threat wizardry. "Nah, we're built for this," Hurts said in a post-practice huddle, his voice steady as that signature stare-down he gives linebackers. The man's a walking highlight reel, part Donovan McNabb scrambler, part Randall Cunningham daredevil. But hold on, because here's where the plot thickens faster than a cheesesteak lineup on Broad Street. Enter Chris Sims, the ex-Bucks gunslinger turned NBC firebrand, who lit a 6-minute fuse on This Is Football with Kevin Clark. Sims didn't mince words, he straight-up detonated Hurts, pinning the blame for every offensive hiccup square on our QB1's shoulders. "Everybody's pointing fingers at the coaches," Sims thundered. "But it's the quarterback, period. He's not playing in the pocket, he's hijacking the whole damn attack, forcing plays that don't fit. I've been screaming this for 2 years, and now the insiders, guys like Seth Joyner, who've bled green, are nodding along. There's real frustration in that building about Jalen." Whoa. Sims even looped in headman Nick Sirianni, claiming the OC got the gig back in 23 because his scheme was tailor-made for a limited pocket passer. Ouch. And the run game. Sims called it out as stale as last year's playbook. Same old inside zones. No creativity to unleash Saquon Barkley or Kenneth Gainwell like we saw in the glory days of LeSean McCoy juking fools. Now, let's pump the brakes and analyze this like we're breaking down film in Andy Reid's old war room. Is Sims onto something? Look, Hurts is no rookie. He's the Alabama product who transferred to Oklahoma, won a Heisman nod, and stepped into Philly's spotlight with that underdog grit that echoes Brian Dawkins' helmet-to-helmet intensity. Through 12 games, Jalen slung for 2,514 yards, 19 aerial touchdowns, and just 2 picks, too. That's elite ball security, folks, the kind that'd make even Tom Brady tip his cap. Toss in 329 rushing yards and 8 ground scores, and you've got 27 total TDs. For context, that's outpacing his 2022 MVP caliber pace, when he dragged us to that Super Bowl dream. Compare it league-wide, only a handful of QBs, like Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, are touching those marks while leading a contender. Our offense ranks top 10 in points per game, but yeah, it sputtered in spots, third down conversions dipping below 40% against stacked boxes, and that O-line, anchored by Lane Johnson and a healthy Jason Kelce echo in spirit, hasn't pancaked like it did in the D-line dominant 08 squad. Tactically, Sims has a point on the pocket presence. Hurts' happy feet, averaging 4.2 seconds before bailing, have led to sacks spiking 15% from last year, per Pro Football Focus. It's like watching A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, our dynamic duo of deep threats who could light up the league like Will Smith and Fresh Prince reruns, left starving for rhythm throws. Sirianni's play calling? It's evolved, more RPOs to mask the QB runs, but it's reactive, not revolutionary. Remember how Chip Kelly's tempo offense electrified the link in 2013? We're not there yet. Injuries haven't helped. Losing key pieces like the secondary depth has forced Hurts into hero ball more than we'd like. But exaggerate the blame? Come on, Chris. This is a team sport. Credit the D for those 28 forced turnovers, or Vic Fangio's schemes clamping rivals like the Giants in that 22 thriller. To get the pulse of the city, I caught up with a fictional fly-on-the-wall chat, straight from the heart of Philly. Picture this, Eagles legend Seth Joyner, that 90s sack machine who terrorized QBs from the weak side, pulls me aside at a South Philly tailgate. "Look, kid," he growls over a tray of roast pork. "Jalen's got the arm, the legs, the fire. But leadership, that's earned in the huddle, not the highlight." Sims ain't wrong about the whispers. Guys want more structure. But mark my words, one deep ball to Smitty against the Chargers, and this town's chanting his name louder than to just at the parade. And from the fan base, oh, they're fired up. I interviewed Birds superfan Mikey from Fishtown, mid-chant outside the Novacare complex. Sims can talk from his cushy booth, but Hurts is our guy. He bled for that chip. Wait, we got one already. Tell him to pocket up and let Brown eat. Peering ahead, this rant's got playoff implications written all over it. Win out, and that 8-4 mark balloons to a division lock, maybe even the NFC's number 2 seed, echoing the 17 run where we defied 1-0-0-0-1 odds. Lose steam. It opens the door for Dak and the boys to snatch the crown, reigniting that blood feud hotter than Rocky versus Apollo. Prediction time. Hurts bounces back Monday, threading needles to Brown for 150 yards and a score, while the run game innovates with some misdirection pulls. Eagles roll 27-17, quieting the noise. But long-term, if Sirianni tweaks the scheme, more bootlegs, fewer scrambles, this offense explodes into 2026 contention, maybe snagging that elusive repeat ring. Alright, Eagles faithful, that's your green alert for December 6th. Drama, stats, and straight fire. Whether you're cracking a Yangling at the link or streaming from afar, tune in tonight for that primetime showdown. Show the world why Philly's the heartbeat of the NFL. Who's with me? Drop your hot takes in the comments, smash that subscribe for more breakdowns, and remember, in the city of brotherly love, we don't just play, we soar. This is Eagles Nation Report. Stay locked in, and until next time, fly, Eagles, fly.